So I wanted to end. I put in the notes, Pastor Geoffrey's characteristic of an ideal church member. You know, it has to be, it's a Baptist church, so we have to have feast in there, right? It's got to have food involved. So let me give you those. These are actually the criteria that I use when I think about who could be in leadership of the church. I actually use this stuff. So if you have a deacon or an elder or a trustee or a leader of the Sunday school or the women's ministry, here's what I want to see in them. The F, faithful. I want them to be faithful. What does that mean? I want them to be faithful to the church. I want them to be part of the church. I want them to care for the church. When the church is open for business, they should be there and be part of the church. They should be faithful in the support of the church. Support of the church, can be through monetary contributions to the church, but also offering yourself up in service, taking a role, saying, I'll step up and do this. I may not be an expert at it, but I'm willing to serve. Are they faithful to the church? 2, the E, are they evangelistic? Do they understand the gospel, and can they communicate the gospel? Are they always marketing for the Lord? Are the messages of the gospel going out from them to other individuals? Because you want people who are leaders in your church to actually be on mission for the Lord. Are they evangelistic? Is that a priority in their life? Do I hear stories of, I was talking to Bill the other day and, I was telling him about, Jesus and what Jesus could do for him. I like hearing those stories when you guys give me information about how you're communicating out to others. So evangelistic. The A is available. You can have the most faithful person in the world who contributes a lot to your church, but if they're not available, kind of tough for them to be leadership in your church. They have to have a priority in their life, a balance in their life, where they balance family, ministry, work, and providing for the household. You got to have balance in their life. There's some people that are just not in a place in their life, where they are in their life, where they're just not available because they just don't have the time in order to dedicate to the church. There are other things that are involved in their life, and we have to be able to say to that person, it's okay. You'll serve when you can serve, but don't force yourself into this, because you really don't have a whole lot of availability in your life. Now, if they're filling up their life with things that don't really matter, then they do have availability. Their choice is just to choose to do other things. And there are a lot of people that fill up their lives with activities that they don't have to, right? But you want somebody in the ideal church to be available to be used. The S, sacrificial. You want people to be sacrificial. Sacrifice in the modern world is a little difficult to understand sometimes, right? But sacrificing is people that will remove their personal expectations away from them and open up and give to others. The people who are saying, you know what, I really was going to go watch the ball game on Saturday afternoon, but so-and-so in the church needs me to help them clean their house or move, so they will sacrifice what they want to do for somebody else in the body or somebody else outside, the body. Somebody is 2 blocks away and they're moving to a new house, and we're just going to go help them out, and they will sacrifice what they have planned in order to be able to help somebody else and make a difference for the Lord. And then the last one, the T, teachable. You want people who are teachable. As much as I've studied the Bible over the years, I still hope I'm teachable. That is a mindset that says, you know what, I don't know it all. And there could be somebody else, a pastor or a friend, or somebody in a pew that says, you know what I learned? And I'm willing to consider that. And I listen, and I can be taught. I have heard some great sermons from people in the pew, right? And I have learned a lot through experience of just ministering to other people where I learned something from you guys. Heaven forbid, right? We're all in this together. You know, we're not all knowledgeable of everything right now. The Lord is going to open up experiences and information to you based on your life that I will not have a grasp for, and you will explain it to me, and it would just highlight more. Sometimes I get a question from you guys that drives me deep into study. You know, like an Ask the Pastor question. Man, I really like those because it drives me deep to understand. Yeah, I need to answer this. And then I learn from that. We want people who don't feel like, yeah, I've studied Acts, I know it all, I don't need to study Acts again, I'll wait until he goes to something else. We want people who say, you know what, I'm going to learn something even though I've read it 15 times. Something else is going to be new to that, and they are teachable in that point. How are you with that? How many people say, I got all those things in F.E.A.S.T? I don't know. We'll evaluate that over a period of time as we look to talk about filling new roles as we go through an annual meeting with that. I just pray that we all are faithful, evangelistic, available, sacrificial, and teachable, because that's the membership of the ideal church. And when we live like that, we'll make a difference in the community and our families and our extended families, because that's the way we are. So Lord, I just thank you so much for these words and this picture example of the ideal church. What a great testimony it was for the Apostle Paul to see this. It shaped his ministry to other churches because of this faithful example. Lord, help us to be faithful, evangelistic, available to you, sacrificial to others, and teachable by you, that we could be the ideal church here in this place. Lord, you can make us that way, and I pray that you do make us that way. I pray that you do set us on fire for you here in this community, that people will come and want to know why you guys are so different than that. Lord, show us the way and the path for each of us individually to walk, to make that happen here. And we will love to see it, and we will have great joy as we see it unfold for us in front of us.